I'm Ed Hubbs. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I got behind me is a panel that I did years ago. It's a piece of aluminum that I took and ground with a grinder, ground a bunch of design into it. And then from that point I took and did some water spots, and then I took a house color red candy apple red, sprayed over top of that. You can see it's kind of a cool little design. What I'm going to do now is sand this with 600 grit, gray Scotch-Brite, clean it off, wax the grease remover, then we're going to be ready to paint on top of it. And when we start doing that, we're going to actually do a Black Widow that I took off the internet, and we're going to put it in the center, and I'm going to do some cobwebs out to the side. Let's get this project going. We got everything set up. What I did is I taped the Black Widow kind of where I want it, because I'm going to draw the web. I want the center of the web to be right underneath him and then come out, or her, whatever you want to call her, come out. I have a slight scratch in this panel because it's been laid around for so long. So I'll make sure one of the webs go right across that. But what I'm going to do is use, like I've always done in all my other videos, prism pencil or a stabile pencil. They're both kind of work the same. But we're going to start right there. Can't really see it on camera, I bet. Yeah, I'll clean the tip off a little bit more so you can see it. But we're just going to start with an outline right there, and then I'll draw all the web out from that. That'll be my center point. Make sure I go right across that spot I was talking about. Got the web about 3/4 way up the panel instead of right in the middle. That's kind of where I got my ground metal at. Making some of them a little wider than others. But yeah, we'll go about like that. Actually, we're going to erase that one. You can take water and wash this off. It'll come right off, but I'll just use my finger. I'll look on the camera so you can see that. But that's kind of where we're going. Then we're going to start doing the webs. There you can kind of see that a little better. Now that we got it laid out, we're going to go back in with some over-reduced white and lightly sketch out where all the webs go. And I'll just continue this all the way around. We'll do all these. We got our web all sketched out where we want it. Now what I did is placed up the Black Widow where I think I want her to lay. And I've made some reference marks where I can lay it back in there. Put your transfer paper on. Lightly rub it to begin with until you move it out to the side. You can use a squeegee or even a credit card will push it out, but I'll take out all the bubbles. Now, if I did this right, the reason I'm positioning her like this is because I want it to have her legs touching the webs that I got drawn out. So it looks like she's actually on top of the web instead of just sitting there. So I'll draw it all out, cut it out, and then we'll go from there. One last little cut right there. Okay, we got it all peeled out. Now we're just going to take our black, spray everything black to begin with. Make sure all your edges are down. This is why I did the web real lightly, because I don't want it to come back through on my spider. I could have did the spider first and then taped it off, but this is how I did it. Alright, we got our black down. Now we're going to look at our reference photo and see where we're going to highlight some white. I'm going to go to my go-to stencil, the bird, and we're going to highlight right there, and right there. Now you can use the airbrush and go back in on the legs, or you can use a brush. So I'm going to use the airbrush to begin with. Go right on the joints of the spider. Turn the air pressure up a little bit. See it start to spit, clean it out. Now we're going to take and lay the body back in. Then we'll cut that out, spray the red in. All right, we got our red, spray that in. Right here on the top, where we want it to really be bright, we'll do a little white, maybe. There we go. And just lightly spray red back over it and darken up the bottom. All right, we're going to take everything, well, yeah, we'll take everything off. You can take it off and hand paint it around the edges because we're going to do a little bit of white around the legs and on the web too. Or you can airbrush it, however you want to do it. But I'm going to show you a little bit of everything. You can take the transfer paper off and do this freehand, or you can leave it on, because if you're not real good with your freehand, this is a good way to assure that it's not going to bleed across it. See the difference? Now I'm going to go a little bit on the edges of them just to make them stand out. Now something else I do is I mix up a little bit of black in with my white and go on the bottom side to some of the cobwebs, not all of them, but just some of them. Just gives it a little contrast. still leaving your white, but just kind of going on the bottom sides of the white. Like I say, I don't do it on all of them. Now we're going to add a little bit of shadows. Keep going over and darken them up. Now I'm going to do a little bit of shadowing on the webs, which there shouldn't be a shadow, but I'm going to do it just to create contrast. Not all of them either, because I still want all the background to show through. Now I'm going to kind of border it in. I'm going to fade black around the edges. Well, there you guys go, a simple little hour and a half, probably 2 hours by the time I filmed the project. But it's something that's really cool. It'd be neat to hang on a wall. This will actually be an awesome little design to put on like a deck lid or something like that, or on a gas tank. But you can go back in and spend hours and detail it. I've only got, like I say, an hour and a half into it. If you guys want to do... Okay, if you guys want to do more, you can do more. But for now, this is just a simple little project to show you the basic techniques. After this, you can go on and spend hours and detail it. But this is where we're at. Get out there and enjoy yourselves. Oh, hey, wait! I forgot. Like, subscribe, and share. That is the only way you guys are going to win these panels, is by subscribing. I'm going to randomly pick subscribers to win all these different gifts I'm giving away. And I'm giving a lot of stuff away. So, subscribe!